Okay, so here we go. We have to add 10 buildings to our composition, so we're going to put a building behind. I'm going to put a building behind these two. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my T-square and I'm going to pick arbitrarily where I want my center line. We always start with the center line of the building. So I'm going to draw a line shooting straight out of the building. It looks like a spire. I'm going to put the letter C on top of it just as a reminder that this is the center line. Now I'm going to pick where I want my building to be on the left and the right. I'm going to make a line over here, and that's going to be the right side because it's the right side. I'm just going to give myself a reminder that that's the right line. And then on the left side, I'm going to do the same exact thing, and I'm going to put the letter L to remind myself that's the left side of the building. Now I like to keep my letters on. It's a good reminder for which is the left and the right side of the building for when you draw your windows. The center line, I'm going to give myself a dot on the center line. Whenever I see a dot, I know I have to go back to the vanishing point. The right side of my building is going to go to the right vanishing point. The left side of my building is going to go to the left vanishing point. So here we go. We're going to connect that right side with the right vanishing point. I'm going to make mine a little bit taller so I have some more room. Right side to the right vanishing point. Here. And left side over to the left vanishing point. Okay, now to put, let's say, a window pattern like a skyscraper would have, we would have vertical lines. A skyscraper would have like a checkerboard pattern. So to start that, what we're going to need is we're going to need some vertical lines. The vertical lines should be spaced out unevenly because the closer something is to the vanishing point, the closer together the lines are going to be. The first thing I'll do is I'll put about an equal distance on either side. I want about a centimeter out, just indicating where I'm going to put my verticals. And then I want to make vertical lines that are just a little bit closer to each other as they get to the vanishing point. You could certainly measure these with your fingers, you could measure them with your T-square, but for our sketch purposes, we're just going to make it lightly indicated. Now every time I see one of these little tally marks, I'm going to create a vertical line. Last one. Oh, one more. Okay, so now we have vertical stripes on our building. The next thing we need to do is make like skyscraper windows. So we need first vertical stripes, and then we need stripes also going to the vanishing point. Now these stripes are going to go to the vanishing point based on where they are, so we're going to actually evenly space them. So write down that center line. That's why it's so important to indicate which line is the center line. I'm going to make my intervals about as large as that first one. So I'm just going to make a little dot, and a dot, and a dot, and a dot. Again, these should be evenly spaced because as they go out towards the vanishing point, they're going to go out at an angle and appear smaller. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right side and connect it back to the right vanishing point. I'm going to place my T-square at the vanishing point and rotate down until I hit one of those tally marks. I'm going to flip my T-square over to the other side and repeat the same process on the left. On back to the vanishing point. Back to the vanishing point. Back to the vanishing point. And back to the vanishing point. Something you'll notice about the lines is at the corner they go back to the vanishing point, and then the verticals stay vertical, but the intervals of the vertical get more and more close as they get closer to the vanishing point and further away in the picture plane.